Hello again, welcome to another stream from Wake Vortex. We sit high above the runway of Bristol Airport, Echo Golf Golf Delta, in the west of the UK, and we're doing a short trip to the other coast, to Newcastle on the east coast of the UK this evening in our Challenger 650. Been playing a lot with VR things today, sound and all kinds of stuff, so hopefully this will go well. If things aren't being heard or things aren't working right, then please let me know. We appear to have a fuel truck which has decided to run into the side of the Challenger. It's not ideal, but there we are. Okay, we're in the aircraft. Yes, X-Plane's good at that. Let's get ourselves sorted out here. We're online, by the way. We're online with VATSIM tonight, and hopefully we'll have some controllers along the way. So let's start, as always, by setting up our flight management computers here. So let's first of all see if we've got any ATIS for Bristol. There is a London controller who appears to be covering it. Yeah, still says he's doing that. Let's have a look here. Echo Golf Golf Delta being controlled by London West Centre. So we may well have an ATIS. So let's try and see if we can get a digital ATIS from the Challenger. ATIS Echo Golf Golf Delta. Departure ATIS. Fingers crossed. And would you know, we have ATIS. Fantastic. Okay, that's great. So let's start to set up the cockpit then. We'll go to our index page, route menu, and we'll recall the flight plan, which we've set up in SimBrief as always. We put our number in there, we send it, and SimBrief returns the flight plan as a secondary flight plan. We haven't checked the database dates. That's not an ideal situation. Yeah, it's rejected there. Let's just go change that over. There we go. That's better. Wouldn't help to have the database from 2021, really, would it? So let's try that again. Index, route menu, flight plan recall, and send. Hopefully it'll come back this time. Here we go, secondary flight plan. Activate. Lovely. A runway 9 departure this evening. If we look over here on SimBrief Earth P, which downloads and puts into VR the actual SimBrief flight plan for us to see, we've got runway 09, a Brecon 1 Zulu. So let's put that in. Departure arrival, Brecon 1 Zulu, 09. Which is already there. That's an interesting thing that's suddenly started happening. Just so you know, I'm on the very latest X-Plane beta and on the very latest Challenger beta, and there's been about Toto's been a very busy man. There's been about 5 betas in the last week or so, so this is the very latest one. I think that's a change. I'm sure it didn't used to do that. I'll have to check with him that it loaded the departure and the runway from SimBrief. I'm sure it didn't do that before. Anyway, I will check. The arrival into Newcastle. It's got that there already. Pole 1 November into 25. So it hasn't put the runway in, but it has put the pole 1 November. Very good. Execute. Have a look at the legs page. Discontinuity there, just turning on to the final. We'll close that up for now. That's good, and we'll put in some perf numbers. Perf in it. Fuel should be 3,300, 3290. That is good enough for cash. Flight level 260. We're actually climbing to flight level 280. So let's put that in now. Take off. The wind 120 degrees at 7 knots, hence 09. Outside air temperature is 7 and QNH 1005 7 and 1005. Let's put that QNH onto our PFD. Well, remember, and 1005 and 1005. Good. That's all good. We can grab the winds for the route. Just send these V speeds first. 25 on the centre of gravity. And send the V speeds. They turn magenta and they appear up here. 121. Okay, that's all good. Index, route menu. Let's grab the winds. So, contact with London Control on 126.08. Information Charlie. Okay. Information Charlie. What stand are we on here? I am trying to something different today. I'm trying to use Navigraph actual app in the cockpit, which is there, as you can see. I don't usually use that in the cockpit in that way. I usually use it from Abitab, but I thought it'd be quite useful because what it does, of course, is it puts all the once you've imported the route, it puts all the charts that you would need along the bottom, which is quite helpful. Saves a little step. So let's have a look here. What position are we here? There we are. We are on stand 5 by the look of it. So, stand 5. QNH 1005. And runway 09. Good. Let's exec the winds. That's done. So we're pretty much set up here. I think we can probably talk to London. So make initial contact with London Control on 126.080. Check up here, that's indeed correct. London West Centre, yeah. 126.080.
Send flight level 60.
That's him. Okay, so we're expecting a Brecon 1 Zulu departure. See if he gives us that. Okay. London Control, hello, November 5084 Victor. We're at Challenger 650 at Bristol. Information Charlie received, looking for clearance to Newcastle.
November 5084 Victor, London Control, hello, contact Bristol radar 125.650.
Ah, I didn't see him on. Thank you very much. 125650, thank you. Great. Bristol radar, look at that. 12565. Very good. And yes, he's only just come online. There he is there. Approach. Very good. Bristol radar, hello, November 5084 Victor, Challenger 650, information Charlie, stand 5 for clearance to Newcastle. No reply was the reply. I'm definitely on the right frequency. See with ATIS is working.
5 QNA.
That works. Bristol radar, radio check from November 84 Victor. It's going well. Bristol radar, radio check. Okay. London Centre, it's November 84 Victor back with you at Bristol, getting no reply on 125.65. Are these ATISes there?
November 5084 Victor, roger, I'll give him a kick and see if I can wake him up.
Bless you, I'll change over again. Bristol radar, November 84 Victor, radio check. He clearly has some kind of issue. Bristol radar, 84 Victor, radio check.
November 584 Victor, London, pass message.
November 84 Victor, Challenger 650, stand 5, Bristol, information Charlie, looking for clearance to Newcastle.
November 5084 Victor, Brooklyn 1 correction, Brooklyn 1 Zulu, runway 09, squawk 7324.
Brecon 1 Zulu, runway 09 and 7324 for 84 Victor, and we're ready for start and don't need a push from our present location.
84 Victor, start approved, call for taxi.
We'll go 84 Victor. Right, off we go then. Get the checklist going.
Engine start checklist. Doors. Closed. Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance.
3270, 1610, 1660.
Checked. Beacon.
Can come on.
On. Fuel boost pumps.
Coming on.
On. Ignition.
A.
Armed. Engine 2 start.
Hold down. It's lit. Looking for N2 of over 20%. We now have. Add the fuel.
Engine 1 start.
Stabilizing nicely, and engine 1 start. N2 rising. Add the fuel.
Engine start checklist complete. After start checklist, next.
Okay, we'll take that.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
On.
Checked AC and DC. Ignition. Disarmed. Packs.
On.
14th stage. Open. Flight controls.
Elevators, ailerons, rudder.
Checked. Ground spoilers.
Disarm. Arm. And auto.
Checked. Stowed. Auto. Flight spoilers.
Extended. Retracted.
Checked. Stowed. Fuel balance.
Difference of 60.
Checked. Trims.
5 is set. Aileron and rudder are neutral.
3 set for takeoff. No steer. Armed.
Armed.
14th stage isolation valve.
Checked.
ATS. N1 TO. ATC TCAS.
Squawk was 7324.
TARA. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
Right, let's get the aircraft ready. So, Brecon departure 6000 is our stop altitude. There are 6 in magenta, and there we have TOTO N1TO, V rotator 121, 200 knots, FMS1 is driving it, and we'll go to nav mode for our lateral navigation. That's correct. Okay, so we're expecting to taxi all the way up there, which is Zulu and Golf, I would expect. Interesting to have Navigraph back in the cockpit, actually. Let's hide that. Zoom out. You can get Navigraph on the Avatar, but you don't get all this stuff at the bottom where you've got your charts all ready for you, which is very handy. And of course you get weather alongside here as well, which is really, really helpful. In fact, we'll put the weather on for the route. So it's looking like taxiway Zulu, taxiway Golf. November 84 Victor is ready for taxi.
November 84 Victor, strict squawk 7320.
7320 FA4 Victor, standby. Sure he's 7324. In fact, I read that back. Should have that now.
747 Victor, phone's push and start approved.
We're started and ready for taxi.
Roger, taxi, hold Golf X-ray with my 0 now.
Say again?
Golf X-ray for runway 09.
Golf X-ray for 09. Right. Off we go then. Taxi checklist.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On.
We're kind of hemmed in here,
Anti-ice.
so it'll have to just pretend that's not there.
Norm, on or off. Brakes and steering.
Turning left, heading going left, turning right, heading is going right, right brake. Left brake checked.
Checked. Flaps 20. Altimeters. Set and cross-checked. Radar weather. On. Takeoff briefing.
So after departure, it's a left turnout to join the track, climbing to 6,000.
Reviewed. Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next.
We'll take the before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Pros. On. Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice. Norm on or off. Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
Affirm.
Checked. Landing, pulse, recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
Okay, all good. Nice hill here at Bristol. The runway, in fact, is sloped upwards as well. Many, many, many years ago, I did my qualifying cross-country here. Back when planes were biplanes, it was that long ago. Not really. It was in a Grumman AA5A Cheetah, actually, to be correct. And my cross-country was Southampton, Exeter and Bristol. Golf X-ray. Right, I think we're ready to go. November 84 Victor, Golf X-ray and ready.
November 508 for Victor, runway 09 for takeoff, the wind 120 degrees 7.
Clear takeoff 0984 Victor. Okay, we've got takeoff, N1TO, V rotate of 121, FMS 1, nav is sourced, 6,000 is the stop altitude. And we're squawking, our landing lights are on. Finals are clear. Clear takeoff and a left turn out.
Approaching 09. On runway 09.
Correct. Okay, auto throttle's engaged. Slight forward pressure. Holding the centre line. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots coming
80
up.
knots.
Release the forward pressure.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate. Gears coming up. Follow the
Positive
flight
rate.
director.
Gear up.
Flaps coming up. 1,000 feet. Autopilot's engaged. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers. Off. Ignition. Off. Pressurization. Checked. PAX transition. Completed. N1. Climb set.
Set.
APU
Set.
generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs. On, off, or auto. CAS.
Okay.
Clear. After takeoff checklist complete.
And there is Bristol and the Bristol Channel. Ortho, looking pretty good. Be very helpful if he gave us another climb, but it's not looking that way. Round we go. Do not climb above 6,000 until instructed by ATC. No real reason to hold us down here.
Altimeter setting.
I would love to help you out, but I can't at the moment. I've got to maintain 6,000. Well, I'll increase the speed, certainly. November 84 Victor, request climb.
5008 for Victor, climb level 0.
Say again, you were broken, 84 Victor.
Climb level 90.
Final 9084 Victor. Okay. Not exactly rich pickings, but we'll take it. So, Barrow, standard. good. And there we are at 90 already. Seem determined to hold us low here. Not quite sure why. No traffic around.
508 for Victor, contacts London Control 126.080.
London 126.08 for 84 Victor, thanks for the service. Right. London Control, hello, November 84 Victor, climbing out of Bristol. We're currently at flight level 90.
November 508 for Victor, London Control, good evening. Climb now, flight level 280.
Many thanks, flight level 280 for 84 Victor. Okay, so we need to remove that restriction. We can go on a flight level change though, first. Delete that. That should work now. We get a VNAV. Perf. And resume 270 knots. Now climbing under VNAV control. That's magenta.
Virgin 11 Charlie, thank you. You can continue with Unicom now, 122.8. Enjoy your flight.
Very good. Off we go. Okay, let's just start preparing EGNT.
Fly heading to 80 degrees, descent, flight level 100.
So we're looking at a Pole Hill 1 November arrival into 25.
Golf Tango Oscar, overhead love not point. Golf Tango Oscar, thank you. You can contact Bristol radar now 125.650. Bristol radar 125.650. Thanks, Golf Tango Oscar.
Got that one. To runway 25. That's the one. And we'll take the airport chart for good measure. Though I'm trying to wean myself off this now. I've got Navigraph working in the cockpit. But it's always useful to have it on a separate screen. So down here, this is open kneeboard, which is just brilliant. So I can get these charts here now, because this brings apps into the cockpit, which is an absolute godsend. So I can bring that chart up, for example, like that. Wonderful.
25 Charlie Golf descent, flight level 130. So flight level 130, right at window.
Good, that's looking good.
United 953, route direct to Dover, Delta Victor Romeo.
Looking very good. So this is our Navigraph charts. This is Sky Demon, which I've been using, which is a real world, mainly VFR app, to be fair, but it's been useful. Certainly shows you the airspace very clearly you're flying through. This is our Restream chat for anyone that wants to talk. That's our second kneeboard, that's VAT glasses, which shows you who you should be talking to. So we're the orange aircraft on the left there, and that shows us it's tracking our VATSIM ID and shows you what sectors we should be talking to, which is fantastic. So there we are in that green sector there. That's us there.
5 Charlie Golf descent, flight level 80. 7580, right up. 5 Charlie Golf, disregard that, descent, flight level 110.
So,
Flight level 110.
while we have a moment, let's see if we can get some ATIS from Newcastle.
Approaching 103, Mike.
May not be available.
For you at the moment, I'm afraid to continue with the Unicom.
Data link.
22.8, good evening.
ATIS. EGNT. Request. Auto updates. Send. We may not get this. There'll be no controller out there. That's great. There we go. Beautiful. We do have that ATIS, so we can now start putting some perf numbers in. Approaching flight level 280.
5084 Victor, this is Pole Hill 1 November arrival from Newcastle.
Pole Hill 1 November for 84 Victor.
ET2286 contact Bristol radar now 125.650. Report your heading up contact.
Pole 1 November, which is what we're expecting, I think. So let's do our approach setup. Let's pop this out here so it's slightly easier to see. Very helpful feature. So information Golf, runway 25. Variable at 2 knots, hardly any wind. Call 360 then. Outside air temperature is 3 and the QNH is 1006. Quite cold. 1006. Runway 25 is set. Next. V speeds we can send. That will turn magenta. And that's that done for now. Pop that back in. All good.
EC45 in Hotel London. EC45 in Hotel. I'm not entirely sure what arrival he's going to get. It'll be one of the little
Okay, we're not high enough to achieve that speed, so let's
Have you got one programmed in already? No, I haven't.
perf menu, VNAV setup. Let's just slow down a tad then to
No problem at all. I'll be handing you over in plenty of time anyway. I just wondered because there's a
3
point that would normally get you to this
oh,
level 5, but
5.
that's fine.
That should be better. There we go, 305 knots now set there. Let's slow us down. Let's put the headphones on. Much nicer. Goodness me. I was under the impression that followed you as you moved. Was that a setting somewhere? Must be a setting somewhere. Is that it? Ah, that's it. There we go. Perfect.
Kilo Hotel at Vito Lipco to Romeo.
Okay, we're sorted. So as I mentioned at the start, this is the latest beta of X-Plane.
Easy 45 Kilo Hotel. Once you've got that programmed in, if you let me know if you've
I'll turn him down a bit.
Dear Romeo Kilo Uniform Mike.
Yeah, latest beta of X-Plane and the brand new beta of the Challenger 650 from Hotstart. Toto has been very busy this week making new builds.
Good evening, Italia 152 with you 350.
All performing well so far. Famous last words. And for those who've not seen the stream before, this is not really a stream of how to fly the Challenger. There's many people who do that way better than me. This is really just showing you what you can do in VR these days. It's all quite easy to set up once you've cracked what it is you actually need, and you've got the specific apps, which are all free, so with the exception of Navigraph. But an app like Open Kneeboard here, for example, totally free, and a lifesaver. This one here, SimBrief OFP, totally free. Top of descent is popping up here, 85 miles, 18 minutes. The other interesting thing, the new X-Plane Beta has made a big change to the landing. Before, the nose wheel was slamming down quite a lot, quite hard, and that was causing problems. You may have seen on my earlier streams, I was having trouble with that because the nose wheel steering then would go all over the place. It seems to be better now, so the nose wheel doesn't come crashing down quite so hard, and it seems to be more stable on the rollout. Again, famous last words, we shall see.
November 5084 Victor, contact Scottish Control 128.055. Good evening.
128055, and thanks for the service, 84 Victor. Welcome. 128055. To 8055, yeah. Scottish Hello, November 5084 Victor, flight level 280. I'm having a spate of controllers ignoring me this evening.
5084 Victor, hello, it's the Pole Hill 1 November for Newcastle, route direct Pole Hill.
Pole Hill 1 November, and thank you, Director Pole Hill for 84 Victor. Director Pole Hill.
Shamrock 60 Tango, hello, climb flight level 280.
Bring the top of descent back, 15 minutes 66 miles. Pole Hill 1 November. That's the one.
November 84 Victor, in fact, route direct to Gokov.
Even better, direct to Gokov for 84 Victor. Okay, 7 minutes to top of descent.
Shamrock 60 Tango, contact London 135.580.
Auto is looking great, I have to say. Really good. Not having any troubles with it now. It was a bit like black magic to set up in the beginning. I used it really from the beginning of time since they started it. I was using Ortho for XP before that, and have a huge hard drive full of it, but I was coming up with all kinds of stuttering problems in X-Plane in VR, which is pretty taxing.
Speed 260 knots and descend flight level 250.
And I was finding with Ortho for XP that at some boundaries, when it crossed the boundary of a tile, I would get a stutter. Tried reporting it to everybody and his dog, but nobody really could tell me how to fix that. And as I say, VR is pretty taxing, but this machine's pretty much as good as it gets. 4090 with a 13900K Intel processor. So I can't do much better than that. So in the end, I tried Ortho, and fingers crossed, I get the odd stutter and pause, but nothing like before, so very good.
Shamrock 205, route direct Bagso, back, break, Shamrock 205, route direct back so. Evelyn 138, route direct to Dandy.
I had a nice message on YouTube from someone saying that they thought the stream was looking particularly clear for a VR stream. And how did I achieve that? I might do a video on that because that's what's taken me the longest, to be honest, to get a stream looking good in VR. Looking good, looking sharp, and slightly stable. Always difficult with VR. In fact, some people don't like watching VR streams because it's not shaky, but just that you're moving your head around a lot, and of course the view's moving with you. Hopefully this is pretty good now. Quite a faff though, has to be said, but I'll maybe do a video on that. May be useful for some people who are trying to get into VR.
Berlin 138, Roger, you need to let the Dublin controller know because I'm Scottish controller, don't cover Dublin. Conjure 82 Whiskey, flight heading 075 and climb, flight level 280.
Beautiful. Liverpool below. There's Liverpool Airport, where I was only a couple of weeks ago, in fact, on a trip. There you go, it's Liverpool Airport. We're going to need a descent now.
Shamrock 205, descend, flight level 180.
Or not.
Shamrock 205, Scottish.
Funny. Oh,
Yeah, I called you twice there, sir. Shamrock 205, descend, flight level 180. Berlin 138, descend, flight level 180.
November 84 Victor, request descent.
November 84 Victor, descend, flight level 260.
260 for 84 Victor.
Tomjet 82 Whiskey, turn right, heading 090 degrees.
Not much of a descent.
Speedbird 73 Quebec Kilo, contact London 135.580. Tomjet 82 Whiskey, report the heading and the speed to London on 135.580.
Change that perf. Think. Yeah, 320's just on the limit. We'll go 310.
Shamrock 205, report speed to Dublin 129.180.
160 is our next restriction, but we are below the path, so that's good. Have the descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness. Secure. Passenger signs. On or auto. Pressurization.
Set.
Set. Fuel quantity and balance.
1260, 1330.
Checked. FMS, landing data, charts.
It's sorted.
Programmed, set. Approach briefing.
We'll do in a moment.
Reviewed. VNAV transition flight level. Set. Descent checklist complete. In range checklist next.
Okay, so minimums of 439.
November 84 Victor, descend flight level 200.
Flight level 200 for 84 Victor. 200. Flight level change. Let's put our minimums in, our refs. Barrow.
Ryanair 48 Lima, Scottish.
That's 439. 440.
0153.
Sending nicely.
0153. And November 84 Victor, contact London 133.705.
133705, 84 Victor, thank you. Weird, we've gone from Scottish to London.
Amsterdam approach 125.750.
London, hello, November 5084 Victor, descending flight level 200.
November 5084 Victor, London control, roger, brake, Lufthansa 505, turn right heading 310 degrees. Right, 310 degrees, that's nice for that.
There we are.
Whiskey, London control, roger, brake, Lufthansa 505, maintain Mach decimal 77. Mach 77, that's much better. November 5084 Victor, descend to flight level 130.
Flight level 130 for 84 Victor.
Speedbird 65, climb down flight level
130.
190.
Flight level change.
Ryanair 9 Golf November, contact Manchester radar 118.580. Radar 118.580. Santiago 8329, London control, roger. Thanks for reminding me, I'll try and get CPDLC working again.
Okay. Looking very nice. Performing nicely this evening, I have to say. Never quite as impressive in VR, that particular flyby, but the rest of VR is quite extraordinary. For those who've never tried it, I know there's a lot of people who kind of poo-poo VR, but I would find it very hard to go back now to 2D flying. It's as close as you can get to being back in the cockpit, to be honest. It is troublesome to set up, there's no doubt about it. But there's some good people about who can help you with that. People like VR Flight Sim Guy, he's great. Learned a lot by watching his videos.
X-ray, clear to Gatwick, Gurley 3 X-ray, departure, squawk 1075. Gurley 3 X-ray. X-ray departure on Squawka 107, find Leeward M28, 28
Okay,
So we go flash review back correct, push and start is approved.
we'll go now for our in-range checklist, slightly
In-range
early.
checklist.
Brake,
APU.
935, contact under control 135.580.
Started. Altimeters.
135.580, clear 935, fine. Thanks.
We'll do those in a moment.
Report the Mac, brake. Foggy 01, correction, Hoggy 017. Report your Mac to under control 135.
1006 is preselected.
Reset. Cross-checked. Avionics.
Thanks. Olympic 822, contact
Set.
under control 135.
External lights. On. N1 target.
We put that in here
Set.
and activate it. He then does the
APU transition.
transition, which is very important. If you don't do those two steps, you lose your auto throttle.
Contact under control 135.580.
Avail completed. APU generator. On. CAS.
Got a restriction there, so we can continue down. It's not going to go down past that restriction, so here we go. It stopped at that 16,000 there.
727 under control, roger. Speedbird 65, climb down, flight level 3.
I'll remove these restrictions. As he's taking us off the path anyway.
Checked. In
CAS
range
is clear.
checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
Okay.
Speedbird 65, climb flight level 310. November 5084 Victor, descent to flight level 110.
Flight level 110 for Victor. That's good. It's worked quite well having Navigraph on here, to be honest. Okay.
Lufthansa 505, turn right by 5 degrees. Right, 5 degrees, Lufthansa 505, report that heading and Mac to London Control 135.580, thanks. Heading Mac to 135.580, Lufthansa 505, see you next. London Control, good evening, Shark 442 with you at flight level 4,000 feet, coming to 5 on coming to 5,000.
So we're not supposed to go past X's.
London Control, hello, climb down, flight level 190.
Climb down, flight level 190, Shark 442.
Shark 442, turn right, heading 080 degrees.
Turn right, headed 080 degrees, Shark 442.
Speedbird 182, London Control. London Control, Speedbird 182. Speedbird 182, I sent you off about 20 minutes ago. Contact London 120.025. Say again, frequency. Speed 182. 120.025. 120.025 for Speedbird 182.
And November 4 Victor approaching ET says, would you like us on the current heading?
November 5084 Victor, flight present heading, descent to flight level 80.
Present heading and flight level 80 for 84 Victor. Okay, heading and flight level 80.
Lufthansa cargo 8329, did you get the...
So we're on a heading here.
Roger, I just didn't get the replies. Thanks. No, if you can reply, it's no issue. It might just be something on my side. Rip. Good into Eagle X-ray taxi, holding point Delta 1, runway 25. Delta 1, runway 25, Liguriana, 28 Golf X-ray. Cargo looks 58 Whiskey, when ready, descent flight level 250 to be leveled by Dibal. When ready, 250, level by Dibal, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Cargo looks 58 Whiskey, there's no ATCP restriction.
Having been nice about never going off charts, seem to have stopped moving now. Seem to be locked up for some reason. Oh well, not a problem. There's where we are.
To resume our navigation direct Lamix.
Resume navigation direct Lamix, did you say, Shanks 442?
Take that.
Direct to Lamix, Shanks 442.
I think we'll start slowing here.
Shamrock 605 under control, hello, climb now, flight level 380. November 804 Victor, turn right, heading 040 degrees, descent to altitude 3,500 feet, the Newcastle QNH 1006.
040, 3,500, 1006, 84 Victor. Okay.
London Control, good evening. Lufthansa Echo November, flight
Barrow.
350 indicated.
So 3,500, descending, 040 on the heading, 220 knots.
Echo November, London Control, thanks. Resume our navigation direct Napex.
First stage of flat.
Navigation direct Napex, Lufthansa Echo November. London, good evening, it's Gen X25 Tango, flight 360 direct to Ramlo for the orbit line PDL. Gen X25 Tango, London, roger.
There's our ghost localizer.
Our station London will be back in 1 minute.
Okay. Looking good. And there we are, coming from the south. Just have a look at Newcastle ground here. 25, vacating. We'll take the GA apron.
Jax 442, climb flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Shanks 442.
London, Ligurian at weight, Golf X-ray, fully ready to go, approaching to Delta 2. Ligurian 2, Golf X-ray, ladder control. Runway 25, surface wind variable at 2 knots, clear for takeoff.
Altimeter setting.
Clear for takeoff, runway
We've done.
5, Ligurian 25, Golf X-ray. November 508 Victor, I'll get you on the RNAV, just prep for that.
Oh, roger, 84 Victor.
Oh.
November 508 Victor, resume our navigation direct up mop. Maintain 4,000 until established and you cleared R&P, runway 25 approach.
Oh, navigation director up mop and then cleared the RNAV 25 RNP 84 Victor.
Not prepared for that. Up mop. RNAV. Was not expecting that. Approach RNAV. There we go, up mop. Heading of 337.
Okay, speed 65, maintain Mach decimal 77. Alright, that's 76, whatever, it's just easy by. Break, Shamrock 60 Tango. Maintain Mach decimal 77. Maintain 77, Shamrock 60 Tango. Shamrock 727. Descend flight level 250 to be level by Dibal. Maintain best forward speed. Descend flight level 250 to be level by Dibal.
Not sure why he's done that.
Ligurian 28 X-ray, climb flight level 210. 210. Wait, Golf X-ray. Lux 58 Whiskey, contact Amsterdam 125.750. 125.750, contact Whiskey. London, good evening, Tom Jet, 82 Whiskey, flight level 370, Mach number 0.76. Tom Jet, 82 Whiskey, London, thanks. Break, Chanex 442.
Okay, that's it.
You can expect 35 to be your final.
Come back into nav now.
Expect 355, okay, 442.
Remember 508 Victor, the surface wind variable at 2 knots, runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land 2584 Victor.
Okay. Supig down to 2,600. Okay.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever. Down indicating. No steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid. Armed tested. Passenger signs. On. Wing cowl anti-ice. On or off. Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto.
Okay.
Flaps.
Speedbird 65, report your Mach number. Speedbird 65,
Set.
right, heading 1
Cas.
Clear.
Checked. Before landing checklist complete. After
Okay.
landing checklist next.
MFB data. Display menu. Takeoff and approach reference. 125 is our final approach speed.
Shamrock 727, you at best forward. We're at best forward, Shamrock 727. Roger.
125 on the RNAV path. An interesting last minute change. Not quite sure why, but there we are. Very late. Okay, 125 is set.
Shamrock 727 flight present heading.
Missed approach. It's 2,500. Climb straight ahead to 2,500. That's the miss. This is ascending nicely. Our minimums will now change, no doubt. 490.
Speedbird 65 descent to flight level 250.
440 we've got.
Shamrock 60 Tango descent to flight level 250.
Descend to flight level 250, Shamrock 60 Tango.
$490.
Land the next possible shortcut to Ribbon.
1000.
Ligurana 28 Golf X-ray.
Paper redirect Ripple.
To Ribbon, thanks for shortcut Ligurana 28 Golf X-ray.
Yes.
Okay.
Approaching 25.
Speedbird 65 turn left heading 060 degrees.
Airplane is mine. You got 3 reds, slightly low.
Shamrock 60 Tango maintain.
Wind is calm.
5 or less.
2 reds, 2 whites.
Shamrock 727 reports best forward to Amsterdam.
Gear is down. Landing lights are on. Flaps are full. 125 is set.
500.
Slightly right of the centre line. Slightly high.
Minimums.
Land. Slightly high.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reverse. Spoilers. $80 knots. Manual braking. Reverse is stowed. Clearing left. Nice Air France jet there. 84 Victor is vacated to the left. Thank you for your help. Okay.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights. Off. Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Probes. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice. On or off. Spoilers. Stowed. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next. Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights.
Coming off.
Off. Parking brake.
Set.
Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2.
Can come off.
Off. Engine 2 shut down.
Shut.
Fuel boost pumps.
Coming off.
Off. Fuel system.
Is okay. Don't
Check.
need to check it.
Engine 1 shut down.
Engine 1.
Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
It is.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon. Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS.
Standby.
Standby 0. Parking brake if chalked. Off. Passenger signs. Off. Cabin differential. 0 psi. Engine shutdown checklist complete.
And there we have
Secure
it.
Checklist next.
Thank you very much for your company, those who are watching the video at a later date. Appreciate the copy as always. Any questions, feel free to ask. I will be doing some actual videos on how this setup is achieved at some point. But hopefully that made some sense to you, and for those of you who are looking to get into VR, it's a challenge at first, but well worth it. So again, thank you for your company, and we'll